I haven't clowned around, like, not felt the tension in my body enough to really loosen up, to be who my heart wants me to be. I always live from my heart. My whole life it's gotten me in trouble. People mock me. People make fun of me. You always live from your heart. What else am I supposed to do? The opposite? If am I supposed to? If my heart says do this thing, am I supposed to go? Nah, I'm not gonna do that. Isn't that how you give your heart disease from not living from your heart? It would go to show that when people don't live from their heart lives in disease, because living from your heart creates more of an ease. Although it's hard work. Living from your heart is not easy work. I need to turn on the TV. Mom's waking up. She's not awake yet. So I need the light from the TV. We're going to watch. I think there should be a new episode of Best Medicine on. So maybe we'll watch that. We're going to double light the background. Let's see. We'll turn on that light, and then we'll turn on these lights. So I put a post. There's a local community, new group that this guy started in where I live, and I made a post this morning, and I put a picture of my stickers on it, a pile of my stickers in the cellophane, and I wrote, now where is it? Because I know I got a screenshot of it. I said, me and Mom have always moved around a lot in our lives. She was always friendly and a talker. I get it from her. When I was 9 years old, I drew this back in the 1980s. I thought it was weird that the group wanted to commandeer the reindeer. We've been trying to build community every place we live. I give these out as offerings of good tidings around town. Sometimes if you check, one might be a magnet. My name is Margie. I have many skills and abilities. I am full-time stay-at-home daughter, yet I was a mechanic in the Air Force. I'm sorry for my service. In corp world, I was IT tech support. There are many things I can help people with, as long as you don't mind if Mom comes along. I would help anyone with any problem in my wheelhouse for fun and for free as a consultant type perspective. I don't need money. I'm even ordained if people still get married. I don't charge for that either. I have lived all over. Taos is a great place. I love this land, and after we moved here in 2020, we discovered that Mom was born in Cuesta. That supports my notions that genetics are magnetics. We could all learn to be a little bit more generous. And so that's what I do in the town in which I live. I give these stickers out to people, and sometimes there's magnets. It says straight people like rainbows too. And it's in the rainbow color. It's in the rainbow wheel. It's in the color wheel. That's not the rainbow like other people do it, and then people see the colors of the rainbow and they don't pay attention, because mostly people are programmed to do the next instant gratification thing. Mostly people are programmed to chase sensations and not be vigilant and pay attention, and I'm hyper vigilant. I'm one of those people, I've been to war, so that's why I'm trying to promote peace, because I've been a part of the production, because Washington, D.C. and Hollywood both exist to make believe that America is always doing the right thing. We're going to bomb them for potentially having bombs. That's stupid. That's some Hollywood bullshit. But the politics are... Poli-sci is acting class. Think of it like that. Like, they go in and they have classes and they teach people things like political posturing. That's just political posturing. Oh, so it's not real? I learned about my brother's an Army JAG. He's a lawyer for the government. And he's also a lawyer for the state of California, assistant chief's counsel. So he knows a lot. He's a Virgo, so he's maxed out on educating himself on how to be a swindler. He has. And I live from my heart. He's one of those people that always made fun of me for living from my heart. Because he's an egomaniacal, freaking twisted mister. Like so many of them that get paid 6, 7 figures for playing chess with us as their pawns by just designating who can get the benefit, who gets this, who gets that. You know, like you experience it anytime you go to the DMV. You know, these people only help like 6 people in their whole day, but they're sitting there freaking dragging their feet. They're doing everything they can but help people. It's like a contest in Corp America that I learned where people were like see how little work they could do. And I learned it in the military too. People always off on appointments. I would do things where I could learn educationally, like if there was like a suicide prevention awareness briefing, I would go to that in case I ever came across and then now I live in New Mexico where people want to jump off the bridge all the time. So they should, if somebody wants to jump off the bridge, they should just put my phone number and I will come right out there. I will come right out there. I don't care what time of day it is. I don't care. I will come out there and I will talk to them. And I will give them a perspective that might make them want to stay because I have hope to make this world livable. Where money isn't really an object because people just have access. And I want to make Taos a satellite place like that. Where there's just people that live that agree to meet at this time, and then they want, but they everybody gets their own plot of land for a garden. Everybody, if you want to contribute, it don't matter. And then the government, the state is going to give you what you need for soil and give you what you need for tools. You just got to get the people, motivate the people in your community to gather and do useful things. Because I live in New Mexico, makes my third eye twitch. They gather, people travel so far and so wide. Julia Roberts used to live here. Taos is no other better off because she lived out in Arroyo Seco for 20 years. It's no better off. There's still Bonnies. There's still people that don't have access to clean water, showers, decent food. And I don't care if you're a junkie, a drunk. I don't care if you were a scumbag on the street. I don't care. The only people that like you could starve to death are people that do weird shit with kids. They could just all go away. Because I was a kid 10 months old. Grown-ups did weird stuff with me. My hip still pops. I'm a prude. Like, I don't want to be physical with anybody. It's been like that for 10 years. Like, I wouldn't mind dating, but everybody in Taos is probably my cousin, so I wouldn't date here. I'm not exaggerating. We're the outsider from here because Mom was born in Cuesta. My life is a trip. I don't make any of this stuff up, and it's all backed by science. And there's a sheriff report about the incident that I read when I was 13 about what happened to me when I was a 10-month-old baby. So I never lived on and I was like, that's why when I do those bicycle exercises, it makes my hip pop. Hey, what's up? I know the importance of exercising because you have to get your blood pumping in your body. That's what clears away the debris on the walls of your veins and arteries and keeps blood flow. That helps with thinking. And then I think about all the people in Taos that don't even have access to clean water. Do you understand? Do people have the cognitive skills to comprehend that we are 70% water, supposedly like the planet, and that if we don't consume hydration water, that we are dead in 24 hours, like we will shrivel up and die. And people are running off energy drinks. And what are those drinks, those soda that I see all over social media? Bobley, whatever, I don't know. They're all kinds of fruit. The one that I see is that teacher that comes home, talks to his wife about his day. Dig that dude. He could answer questions for me. We would have freaking dope tops. If I had a podcast, I would talk to that guy because I would introduce him to the world of metaphysics. And that would be dope. Anyway, what was I talking? It's what's the flavor? Shirley Temple. I never had one of those in my life. I won't. If everybody's doing it, I'm not gonna do it. I don't want to do it. I want to do the opposite of whatever, which is good because I've come to find out that a lot of things people have done for years aren't good for them. Like just doing what you want all the time, living on that compound, that land that your parents left you. You got the farmhouse. All you got to do is clean up the mess. Just doing. Even too much of the antidote is poison. Too much of a good thing is not a good thing. We are supposed to teach ourselves to discipline ourselves and to make sure that we do right and wrong as this individual. If people did that more and had more, people do beings consume intoxicants to escape the reality. If we make a reality that's more fun, where people can do what they want to do. See, there's only so many positions on the board. There's only so many seats on the board, and those seats have already been decided. Those have already been decided, those seats. So nepotism is why America is going down the toilet, because you have all these people. Oh, this kid gets a job because he went to this school, and his parents went to the same school together. So like it's all shady dealings, and it's not qualified people are not in positions of power. People in positions of power are largely, predominantly comprised of the psychology of ideas of grandiosity and inferiority complex, and they're constantly at conflict with themselves. That's what Trump's doing right now. Dude's a Gemini. He's being made to look as the biggest fool on the planet, but he's showing the world, look, if you want to do something, you can do it. You don't need permits. You don't need the system. You don't need agency. You don't need any of that stuff. Dude, homeboy went and freaking tore down the White House just tore it down. Just ego maniacal, just because, he watched The Godfather, and that's what real men do. Like, that's the example of what it is to be a man. You got generation of Gen X and after that, like, they watch The Godfather, and then but you got all these soft kids. Kids are soft now. They don't want war. Kids don't want the same boom, boom, booms that generations past have wanted. They don't want it. They don't want it. Like, these people don't want to die for their country. They don't want to die for nothing. Unless they don't have a reason to live. But if you give people a purpose, I don't care if it's picking up trash. There's people that'll pick up trash as long as you give them $15-20 an hour and they clean up. Let them do it. Let them have access. All access. Just give people all access. All access to a place to live. Because people are gonna figure out. It's not like a people need to determine. Beings need to determine who their verses are gonna be. First of all. Are you going to be in competition with your neighbor? With your whole town? With your state? With your country? Are you going to be contrary to everybody you're around because your beliefs contradict how they all live? It's a very lonely life. It's a very lonely existence. I assure you that. If you go along to get along, then you're just gonna be a little weird butt magnet, like all the dudes like that Nate and Bake Reality. Like, it's just being crass and stuff. Like, that is why America's going down the toilet, because America's built on butt stuff. Getting it in. All that stupid. Like, you're fucking, like, dude, I bet, like, it's nasty. Like, that is demonic in my world, when people are completely driven by physical sensations and just rubbing themselves against other people. For why? I mean, isn't that why? Like, but they don't want kids, but then they make kids, and then they don't take care of their kids, so then there's more trash on the earth of throwaway garbage humans that society don't care about, whether you finish or not. And last year, I mean, people like men enjoy that window of fertility that you have. Enjoy it and ride that sail as long as you can. Make it a game from the first time you could control yourself until you couldn't. Until you, like, your brain started thinking things, and then all of a sudden you're out in the world, in school, and your body's responding to your thoughts. Well, why are you thinking like that in public? That's a weird thing to think. I remember in health class, Mr. Matheson was my health class teacher, and we were in textbooks. It would say things like, "Men think about sex 10 times a day," and then they would all laugh, and no, it's way more. And it's just like, I'm not thinking about it. I'm thinking about getting through this class, so it's really weird that you guys are all letting me know I'm surrounded by a bunch of perverts. Earth has never been a safe place for women. And if you're a small woman, good luck. If you have no support. Mom was a small woman. She was only 5 foot. I witnessed her being overcome, dominated by men, beat, abused, kicked off second story porches. A man slammed her head in a car door. I wasn't there for that. I don't know what I would have done if I would have had that reel to play in my head, if I would have seen that. And women have just as much potential to be wicked and evil. That's why I see everybody has the potential. I knew this lady Molly one time. That chick was freaking wild. She was wild. Like, she couldn't control herself to anger. She couldn't yield herself to her old anger. And one time her husband had beat her up. Dennis, bald dude, looked like a Cheech and Chong guy. And he beat her up. And she swallowed all of her anger, all of her emotion, went back to playing good wife. And after a week or so, when it was sexy time, girl freaking tied homeboy to the bed for sexy time. Frickin' grabbed a bat, beat the shit out of the guy, said, "Do you ever lay a hand on me again, that'll be the last thing that you do." And then they got a divorce shortly after. So there's just violent people in the world. I have propensity I'm like one of those things that you hear about but people don't believe exist. I'm one of them. They've been messing with me since Mom was pregnant. I'm one of those invert people that they put blockers in to impede natural progression. I was 10 months out gestation when I was born, April 9th, 1974. And I was only 6 pounds, 4 ounces. I was a tiny baby. I was my brother was more of a, I think he was 8 or 9 pounds, but understand, my mom was only 5 foot, so she was tiny. They did cesareans. Basically, tiny women, you're basically an incubator. Don't think that you're going to have a natural childbirth. That is not a statistic. Basically, beings of Earth, now they're kind of the incubator. Not a lot of people are having babies like they used to have babies. And then I didn't meet Mom for 3 days, so who knows what the hospital administered and did to me in those 3 days. And then later, not to mention like all the like, because mom would say no to vaccines, and she was big on education, and she taught herself on how to take care of her kid. And as soon as she started noticing that I didn't act like other kids, she started educating herself. I learned how to play chess when I was 3 years old. My brother used me as his crash test dummy, so to speak, so he could become a very good chess player. And I just lost all the time because I was just playing for fun, and he was playing to for data collection. I liked cribbage more. I would have more fun playing cribbage, so that was more my style. I more like, and they like canasta, Pete, all the old man games, they're not the fun ones. So I was not neurotypical. I was not so neurotypical. And plus, so like, I was this. They made a female, all female. I'm not like Jamie Lee Curtis, where she was born male, and then they took care of the male parts, and then she lived as a male or a female her whole life. And you can't tell from movies like Trading Places. You can't tell at all. And like, but my body is not built like other. My rib cage is wider. Like you can tell when people have been messed with. You can tell. I can tell because I mess with me, and I can see like attracts like. And most people, I think, don't know that basically the course of their life has been hijacked by mad science. But be glad you don't have pig hooves, because there's people in tunnels that like they do weird stuff. They mix people with animal DNA to make different things, like that show on Netflix. Like, do you see it? It's all, we're all connected. Like, they do things and then make TV about it, and then tricks the world into that doesn't happen. It's just on TV. I saw too many. When I was young, I walked into too many rooms where weird people were, and they watched snuff films and stuff like that. So my whole world is made up of everything that people are coming to find out is true now, and are gonna have a hard time with it. Like, they're gonna call us hybrids and stuff like that. When I was in the military, they gave me 8 anthrax vaccines. It's amazing I am still alive. 8. They gave me 2 at once. 1 in each arm. Waited 2 months, see if I'd die. Have her come back. Gave me 2 more. I got 8 anthrax vaccines in 8 months. It was a part of their weird ritual. I'm still here because I have purpose. I'm a stay-at-home daughter. I take care of mom. I can't die. She'll die with me. So, we're a package deal in life, me and mom. She's happy. We're gonna go for a ride and she's loving going out. I go, Mom, you want to go home? No. Spring is sprung, man, and it feels good with the leaves and the oxygen and the goodness, and people are in a better mood. Go hand out stickers. I got a little project that I got to do today. I have to honor a commitment that I made. I just don't feel like doing it. It doesn't matter if I feel like doing it. I'm going to do it. Why? Because I'm not going to say something unless I'm going to follow through and do it. Because there's enough disappointment on planet Earth. There's plenty of people disappointed. Lack of performance is a great disappointment in life. New Mexico officials. That's like an oxymoron to me. Tribes accuse feds of rushing to reserve Chaco Canyon drilling, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Dude, this is not what it looks like. This is not the military that you see on the internet is not the military. They have been struggling with retention and able beings just willing to give up their regular lives for a less than noble cause. I'm going to listen to Robert Phoenix later. He's going to talk about on Rumble about how Iran his theory on Iran, because I believe in all things possible, multiple universe. We're never going to have one planet, because you're never going to have everybody on the planet that are going to be congruent at one time, unless like the poles flipped or like something like. But there's nothing. I don't know. There's nothing that mankind can do that's going to make that congruence. It's going to have to be other earthly, worldly. And so he talks about how Iran and Israel are making Trump look like the bitch. And I was, well, that tracks. I mean, it makes sense. They got to make the scapegoat, you know? It's just like Game of Thrones. They see this stuff on TV and they got to act it out in real life. I got a new light. I'm excited about it. I like it. Then I got my old light that goes flishy flashy. People are going to have all kinds of rude awakening. I think, you know who I think is going to have the biggest rude awakening? Are people that are going to meet themselves. Like, they're going to be reminded of who they were at a time in their life. And it might be, like, sooner than past. People have blocked me and denied me because they don't want to. My brother doesn't talk to me because he doesn't want to be reminded for who he was, but he never changed who he was, so he's more worried about people finding out who he really is. You keep your circle small and you got less people to do. That guy, when he got married, the only person that he invited to his wedding was his receptionist. And he worked for the state, like, you know, but he always played the role. He played the role of the office buddy, like Abbott and Costello. But really, he's talking trash about people. See, I say how I feel to people. And it's not talking trash. It's just, well, as I see it, this is your character, and this is my character, and this is why both of our characters don't mesh. Because authentic is like water. And deception is oil. And they can't mix. And you can't pretend you're not a deceptive person if you're you can tell who's authentic. And when people come to Taos in their Broncos and their Jeeps and their Rubicons and their this, and they spend all this life force energy to come here to freaking walk slow and mosey around the Times Square and to take it all in, like, you have nothing better to do to contribute to society. To me, those are NPC. NPCs are people that use their juice, their electricity, to go around and do what everybody else does because they saw it done before. How many people have gone to Machu Picchu or in the military? It's like a thing that guys do. They go to the desert and they ride a camel. I would never ride a camel. Because if you ask a camel, hey camel, you want that guy on your back? Camel always says no. They make me do this. I don't know why. I want to be a camel. But they make me be a pony. But how many American freaking military members got a picture of them? My brother's one of them. They're part of the program. They see what this monkey see, monkey do is America. Monkey see, monkey do. Look at the monkey, monkey, monkey. Monkey on the ship. They can't support they don't have the cast to support the show, the production. Corp America. I was reading about government last night, like history, and it's like the three branches: judicial, legislative, and JED. Judicial, executive, and legislative. So you have the judge, like my brother. He's immersed in that world. Judge advocate. He's a jack. There's a TV show about it. They're really great, cool guy. No, they're not. They're fucking grown men that freaking slam their little sister's head into the ground. That's who they are. They're fraternity boys that run around and play little slap ass in their whitey tighties with their frat brat buddies. They're the ones that have rubates that are freaking went to prison for 10 years for being a pedo after not being more not to be. It's just ego. I just do what I want. It don't matter. I just do what I want. It don't. No, don't do that. It's not right. They can't do that. They can't be decent. It's in their family. It's just I come from a family of machismos. My dad, my uncle, and my father, all before back in the 70s, climbed to the top of Morro Rock. That's not something that has been done by a large number of people on this planet. They blocked it off in the they put a fence around it, all the accessible parts. You could only get onto it from like, and it's all risky business. And they put a law on it, an ordinance. So if you want to try, we're gonna get you for attempted suicide. They make up laws, and then every people go out and just want to live their life, and then they're like, nope, you're breaking the law. You must go to jail and pay the fine, and that's America. So we have the judicial system, which is trash. It's complete garbage in New Mexico. The legal system is it is the most corrupt state I ever lived in, because the people are the most corrupt. Because they got away with this shit forever. Dude, any state that was a big ally to Epstein class, as this state was, they need to just change the state's name. Because this state has lost all respect. Like, the people that lived here generationally should be like, oh shit, like, I knew that guy. Like, I got advantage from, knowing trash heaps. Or they just don't know what they've done wrong, and then the generational curse goes on and on and on, because they don't see any error in their ways. Because we live in America, and everybody has a right to make money, and money isn't even real, so people without it are suffering for no real reason. Isn't that bizarre? People have said, when I'm in environments and I see how things are operated or done, and I see the control mechanism, and then I offer a suggestion, like, we could do this without the control mechanism. People don't want that solution because they want to control and they want to dominate, because in their mind, that's security. Well, you keep creating enemies out there, and just making people suffer and getting your rocks off for it, and living in this lap of luxury and flying here and doing this fun thing. Well, we created a third world country, so now we're going to get that back. We're going to get the karma of all the nasty stuff America's in the name of this and that, in the name of all the botchery and crap America's done to other places. We're going to get it back. So if you have a level of lifestyle that you are accustomed to and that you are used to, you might want to practice on going about halfway and having access to about half the things that you have now. And I don't care if you're a star. I don't care what your economic background is. A lot of people are going to go through it. I've been going through it a long time. I just got good about going through it. And if you have a choice, if you're given a choice to clench and resist, don't do that. Resisting causes more pain. Just relent, let go, suck up the hardship, and try not to think about it. Getting it. Like, we're all gonna get it. I got it when I was a 10-month-old baby. Mom's got, like, people are gonna, there's always people, because evidently evil is ever gonna forever exist on the planet, so there's always gonna be these people that do weird shit. You just gotta learn who they are and stay away from them and let them do their thing, right? Let the government be the government. Dude, they're all Tiger Woodses. All of them. How these scumbags get to leave America, where they have been trashed their whole lives. Like, they make the mess and then they get to leave the place where they make the messes. That doesn't even seem right and fair to me. Dude, Tiger Woods needs to be picking up garbage on the side of the road in a big yellow vest that said, I made bad choices in life. And have create groups like course of action for kids victims to deadbeat dads. How come that can't be a thing? And then, like, we could sponsor and have badges, and then, like, deadbeat dads like him and Shia LaBeouf, when they're out there picking up their garbage for being trash humans in their shame and all that. Let's go back to totally shaming people. I'm all for it. If I do things in wrong, give me shame. Just try to try to change my be. That's why I don't act all those ways that people used to. People think I do embarrassing things now. They should. Back when I was self-will and riot and I hadn't learned better, I would do things and people they'd never want to speak to me again. So, and I don't have a police record. I don't have a history of violence and stuff like that. You know what I want. You ever see that movie Midnight Madness with Michael J. Fox? It was his first movie. They had an overnight scavenger hunt with clues, not just a list of things. Go get 4 rolls of toilet paper from a no, not stupid shit like that, dude. This world is a insult to anybody with any sort of intelligence. This earthly plane. So no, you make up scavenger hunts. You get you make up clues and stuff, and then you give people the clues, and then the clue leads them to a location in town. Taos would be perfect for this because it's not a big town. And you could do levels of stuff. Like if you want it, you could do an all-day thing where like it takes you up into angel fire, like an enchanted circle. And then it has prizes or whatever at the different locations. And then the more people that contribute, the better the prizes would be. It would be like, like there's people in town that do a trivia night at a bar here. Like it would be cool to work with them to do a scavenger hunt because it's the same kind of mind. It's the same kind of process. It's the same part of your brain that you use. Not only to make the clues, but to like disseminate the information to get the people that would like to do that stuff. Of course, you always have the SIDS bulletin board. So, are you waking up, Ma?
Yes.
You slowly but surely.
Yes.
Today is World Autism Awareness Day.
Autism?
Yeah, and nobody cares. Nobody has cared since they said I was in 1980. I was 12, 86. They said, "You're autistic." And I thought they meant artistic. The guy at the store said, "Haha, both." And I was like, yeah, absolutely, because artistic, it's extra, it's ESP. We're just more than human beings. Like what it is to be a human being in 2026 is swilling energy drinks, watching sports, believing that politicians care about you, and being still hoorah, drop bombs over there. I don't want that world to be my world, so that's not the world I live in. So that's why I give my stickers away. Straight people like rainbows too. And the color wheel to people just to get a conversation going. And people don't want to talk to me. It's my placements. All the things that make up me, I'm just doing the best I got with what I've been given. People don't like me. I am largely disliked. I am likable. They just don't like me. Let me reiterate. Liars and fakes hate my guts. People that have secrets, they don't want me to tell the world what their secrets are. I don't know what secrets are. I just get vibes off from people. I'm a seer. And people that are like other people feel like other people, and I've known a lot of people that have done real creepy things. And so when if you go past somebody in the grocery store and they have the frequency of all these creeps, sum of all parts is going to let me know that that person is not somebody that I want to be chummy with. It's called discernment. I'm highly in tuned into my personal navigation system that science designates measurable by the Hawkins scale. And my life is the pudding that every time I hear like that Whitney chick and that Sabrina chick and all these people that are talking on the internet. No, I don't hear any other single veteran. They're not telling what their stories are. I want to hear where were you when this happened? Like, what was your experience? I worked with the guy. He was an army dude that was a slacker, and then he ended up learning what war is. And in my world, atomic bombs don't exist. Atom bombs, all that stuff, they're all energy directed. It's all EMP. Well, atomic bombs is energy, so that is an energy directed weapon, is how I look at it. But I don't look at it as like it's in a sphere and they drop it and it makes it. It's more advanced as that. And then I think about how Stratcom, right? Stratcom, understand this is 2014. I knew a dude that worked there. He worked in the IT department. They were still on Windows. They were trying to figure out how to migrate all the government stuff from one operating system to another. How to swap over the servers, how to do all the... At Stratcom, they couldn't figure it out. So I am to believe... You really want me to be stupid enough to believe that the United States government is not more than a bunch of freaking self-important Nepo Nancy's that are playing, we're going to take the best land so we can play golf in the best places. That's what all this... It's all development. It's all, we want what they have so we can do what... You're not allowed to go into somebody's house in the United States of America, walk into somebody's house and crap on your floor, but every day for years, the United States of America has been going into other countries' houses and shitting on their floor without any reprise. This reprise that America, the karma America is getting from all the energy it's put out, not just to the people that it just wrecked their day and made things hard because it blew away their infrastructure and stuff like that. No. It's also all the harm that we've caused to the earth. The scarring of the earth. The earth is its own thing, and you hit Mama Earth, Gaia... That's hell to pay for that. Literally, like, you don't... We're supposed to be the stewards, the custodians of this earth, and we are the cancer. We are the cancerous molecules that make up America. And why would a king shove in our face that America's run by the king, the electoral system? I'm the president. Do what I say, not as I do. I do kids. Don't do that. Like all these people that are, the kids. I was one of the kids in the 70s. You didn't fucking care about the kids, and you said you did then. In the 80s, they said the same thing. My hips don't pop. They didn't care about the kids then. They just like to get paid for saying we care. All the while, more kids, terrible things happening too, by the hands of the protectors. America's a liar. And it can't even perpetuate the lie anymore. It don't even have people that are smart enough to like work on the maintenance. Even in civilian world. I would not fly. I have no desire to ever fly in a plane ever again. And maybe it was a little itty bitty plane. Maybe. Like fly around local here. I'd have to take someone important with me. If they're taking me out, they're taking you out too, homie. Nah, I live a divine life. My work is done. Whatever I do, whatever extra day I have with mom, it's just bonus. Like, I did all the work. I did everything the whole world told me I had to do to be a respectable member of society. And it was all lies. Because I've still been ostracized. Maybe for people that didn't have Chiron and Aries, but I do, so it ain't for me. I went and looked at a house the other day. Tuesday. 2 o'clock. Lady gave me a flyer. Had all the vegetation, trees on it, like it was already established. The woman that lived there, old lady lived there, and then she left, and then it was, I can't believe that how house went to one woman. And then like a couple moved in, and he worked for Parks and Fish and Game, another Fed agent, paid do nothing to do nothing. Taos is no better off because they wear their little fire retardant green pants. And then he got transferred because Taos is boring. People don't stay in Taos. People don't have longevity for much of anything anymore. They have about 2-3 year window before they're on to the next thing, whether it's job, town. And it's gonna get harder to move around. It's like we're going back into molasses mode, like 2020, that crap that they did. Because people aren't going to be able to go out so much because they can't afford gas, and but that frees up all the prime spots and vacation places for the rich. So they're just freeing up the roads and parking places during the, peak travel season. While regular people can't afford food. So I was excited about the place, and I said, now, I know I need to do the process of a lender, but I wanted to see the house to see if it'd be worth even going through the process of lender and all that shit. And she's like, I have a couple names of lenders. I'll send them to you. And I was like, okay, that'd be great. That was 2 days ago. I heard nothing. I even sent a follow-up text message that said, I even brought Mom with me. We were excited, maybe too excited. People like to stifle your joy, I found in Taos, when people are miserable. It doesn't matter how much money's in their bank. Their bloodline, people that kill joys, they're just going to kill it. So 2 days ago, I watched a video, or I saw it, and then I never heard nothing from the lady, and I'm like, I guess it's just not for me. It's not the place for us. And people will never tell me why. Why did you think that I would not be good in this house? What is it? Do you think that, like, somebody else would be better in it? Like, I don't understand. I wish people were better at communicating more. Because these are questions that I had asked, but they're not. They're fucking liars and fakes, too. Because that's all the real estate agents are. My grandma was one for 42 years. I know how disingenuous, how they'll act like they really care. They'll give you pats on your back. They'll give you little circles on your... They'll make you feel so at ease, so that time that you're really scared and you need to be at ease, they're going to be like, ha ha, sucker bitches, you're on your own. What are you going to do now? Sink or swim? And that's what my family did to me, because I was born into Freemasons. So I was their toy. Like cats play with mice, because I was a fearful child. I was afraid of everything. I would jump at everything, so they'd always try to scare me. Even in life, when my brother, I asked him to help me find a place to live for me and Mom and the dogs, and he's like, no. Like, that fried my endocrine system. I thought I was going to be homeless with my mom because my brother wouldn't help me. And there's no agency that exists that's going to help me. There's no office that I called that said, okay, we got a place for you. We're going to have you slide in. No, but, like, Prince Harry can come over and live in an $11 million house because his buddy owns it and it's just sitting empty. So why don't you just stay at our place? Like, how is that okay? Like, if the place is empty, somebody should be able to live in it. But no, people with lack sense or need jobs, so they make real estate agents. And they create agency as welfare systems for people without any practical skills. And then us with practical skills, we're stuck in your loops of freaking bureaucracy. It's like a never-ending storybook. They're just going to pass you around. So you're an allocated fund. I had a VA appointment coming up. I let them check smears. I don't do mammograms. I don't do none of that other shit. I don't know what's on those cotton swabs. So I don't use the VA system because the VA system uses me. So I canceled my annual appointment because they don't do me any good. They don't go over my lab works with me. They don't try to educate me on the importance of diet and exercise. They don't do anything. And so I get a voicemail yesterday. Was that yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. Hi, this message is from Margaret. This is Maria calling from the House VA clinic. If you could please give me a call back. This is in regards to getting you scheduled. For a PAP. I don't do those. Like, you're not gonna, you could close the Taos clinic and all 5 or 6 people that work there can lose their job. I don't care because their role is insignificant to me. And I bet their role is insignificant to every vet that walks through. So how many people do they serve really? I live in a county where there's 3,400 people. In the town, there's only 6,000. How many veterans do you think are still alive for that clinic? And then they allocate so many funds to take care of those veterans, and they don't take care of us. They just siphon us for allocated funds until we die. That's America. People are having parades for that. Are people still having parades? Are people still going to church and like giving like any excess money you have so that the pastor can live a life and go on vacation and drive what his Bentley and live in his house and live a certain quality of life that he's used to? Because that's what academia is. You're just paying other people to have good lives while you go without. That's what student loans are about. All of it. All agency exists is welfare for the employees, and they'd have little to do with helping their constituents. Government included, including the United States government, including the government. Paid actors. Ain't nobody care about what happened to Emily Pike, Emily Pike, Emily Pike. It's that time of day when I say in my talk, Emily Pike, I will never forget you, girl. Because there's so many Emily Pikes out there, so many throwaway women, put away garbage, done with you. Used your hold up, done. Just dudes consider small warm orifices as penis pockets. And then they act, but they're playing a role like the sincere father and the doting husband and the protector. And it's like they're the ones that if something happened, they are gonna shield themselves with their freaking 12-year-old daughter. I bet you $100. Yeah, I see people's behavior. It's in my chart. It's in my chart. I see people's behavior. I see how they're gonna act. I don't even have to hang out with them. I just know. And mostly people are not, I don't know, they just don't feel good to be around. So me and mom just hang out by herself. What should I do for breakfast? I think I'm going to do steak for me. I got those, I got some prime beef cuts. I don't like the name of them. So I never forget the name of I like, why do they call it this? But I like to start my day off with a lot of protein. I already did four sets today. I got my blood pumping. Got the garbage can in. I got an errand to do. And then, I don't know if I'm going to do errands for a while. I think I'm just going to stay in. My birthday's next week. I think I might get take $50. How much is that? How many is that? If I take, because I got to start thinking about my money too, because I want to put it towards a mortgage. So I'm trying to, I got to go from spending frivolous, I don't know how frivolous or however I want freely to more of a budget minded. Oh, Benno, I miss you so much, honey bear. I think I'm gonna make this picture of Benny my thumbnail today. He's in heaven now. This was Benny. This is the place we first moved to Taos. We lived in over there. And it's all dilapidated and crappy there because we took our love and we left. And love really does make things beautiful. But when people feel stifled, like an animal back in the corner, it's trying to find a place. It's hard to find that place of love to override your fear. your insecurity, all that. So for my birthday, I like to do like a couple years ago. My birthday was on Easter. I went and got like my wagon, my yard wagon, and filled it up with grocery store, market, flowers, and then walked around the town square and gave them to people. Gave flowers to people. Because I like to do, I like people love my birthday. They love, like, it's such a pretty day weather-wise. It's like the day people love it, but they don't like me because I encompass the energy of that day. It's so bizarre. It's such a weird thing. Like, my birthday in history, it's like wars begin, wars have ended on my birthday. It's a Freemason day. It's the 99th day of the year. It's a ritual day. Kings have died on my birthday. Like, weird stuff happens on my birthday. My birthday twin is Jenna Jameson. So if I would have lived from my ego, I would have been just like Jenna Jameson. Like, so I'm always given examples of how my life could have been. She used to be gorgeous. I don't think she's gorgeous anymore. She used to be a really pretty girl, and she just trashed herself. She littered herself everywhere, left parts of herself all over the place. The wrong parts, chasing sensations. So if I take a budget of, we'll say 50 divided by 8. Okay, so let me go another way. Let me go back. If I buy 10 pieces of tiramisu cake, because that's my favorite cake, or maybe I could mix it up. Maybe buy like 3 pieces. If I buy 10 pieces of cake for how much was it? Ooh, I forgot the decimal point. So 10 times 7.50. That's $75. If I bought 10 and then just like randomly handed them out to strangers. Or I could post on the community page that today's my birthday. I got cake from Sid's. Come down and have a piece with me. A piece for peace. That's about all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you